Greetings, motherfuckers of YouTube. This is the Shredder, and as usual, the opinions you're about to hear are my own. Since I've got back, I've missed quite a bit of drama here on YouTube, such as DawahFilms attempting to find the personal information of Thunderfoot. Now, regardless of whether or not I think DawahFilms was right to do this, I would like to bring up something that no one else seems to have in all these videos. And no, I'm not going to fucking chastise DawahFilms here. Instead, I'm going to go after two individuals that no one else has gone after, and that would be Dixie Comics and Thunderfoot. Dixie Comics when DawahFilms contacted people such as Dixie Comics and a couple of others about trying to find Thunderfoot's personal information so that he could contact the university where Thunderfoot works, there were two responses people could have given. The first one was, yep, sure, I'll help you out and help people, and help Dawah find the information. The other one was to say, look, no, Ali, I'm not interested, and maybe try and talk the guy out of it. The third option, though, was what Dixie Comic took, which was to encourage DawahFilms to continue looking for Thunderfoot's information, and then stooge him off to DPR Jones and Thunderfoot. Now, this is a dick move by Dixie Comic, but then again, what do you expect from a fucking weasel like him? Sorry, Dixie, but I still remember the Scouse Cumbucket XS page on Encyclopedia Dramatica, and if you want to stick up one about me, go ahead. I'll send you the fucking images doctored myself with jizz all over my face and a cock in my mouth. I don't give a flying fuck. You're a weasel, go fuck yourself. Now, let's move on to the main issue with why DawahFilms was seeking Thunderfoot's personal information. It was to contact the university where Thunderfoot worked and inform them of what he was doing here on YouTube. And, in all honesty, I can see DawahFilms' position on this. Thunderfoot had posted videos completely spinning a comment that DawahFilms made to suggest that he had made a death threat. He had reported DawahFilms to the FBI. He had branded the man as a terrorist on a video which has been viewed, I believe, now 200,000 times. And on top of that, Thunderfoot, you even resorted to racial profiling, because DawahFilms is not a white man and he's a Muslim. It somehow means he's a foreigner. What was the quote you used? What are you going to do? Come to America and start gunning people down in the street who disagree with you? You're the fucking foreigner out of the two, not DawahFilms. But you've completely destroyed Dawah's reputation. You have branded him as some kind of extremist who wants you dead. That's not the case, and you fucking favourite a Dixie Comics video because you don't have the balls really to stand up for yourself. It's the same with the Coughlin Rith Delanded Cole Blog TV. You had to fucking favourite Insight News video because you couldn't lie for yourself. Now, the reason Dawah, I think, was trying to get a hold of your personal information was to contact the university to let them know that you were up to this kind of bullshit, Thunderfoot, because you are an educator. You are in a position where you are educating the minds of influential, very easily influenced young people. And if you're putting up this bullshit about how 1.5 billion people are producing less than 1% of the world's scientific papers, and fudging information like that to Venom Fang X proportions, when I showed it was only 358 million. And if you're putting up shit calling all Muslims either terrorists or apologists for terrorists, and if you're reporting somebody to the FBI as a foreign national sending death threats to you, and if you're slandering somebody as some kind of terrorist or terrorist sympathizer and racially profiling the person, then yeah, maybe the university you work for has the fucking right to know that kind of bullshit. Like you have said to Venom Fang X, there are consequences for your actions here on the internet, Thunderfoot. This is why Dawah was probably looking for that information. And had he found it? No, I don't think he would have gotten violent with you. As I said, he would have just informed you of this kind of bullshit because you aren't man enough to take the video down. You weren't even man enough to talk to DawahFilms on 2 fucking occasions. And so for the rest of Thunderfoot's apologists out there who want to make excuses as to why, oh, he never racially profiled Dawah, he never said Dawah was a terrorist, he never reported Dawah to the FBI, he never once said a bad word about DawahFilms, he never slandered the guy's reputation. I'm going to give you my 2-word rebuttal right now in advance, because I only want to hear a response from Thunderfoot. You guys can go fuck yourselves. This is my two-word response to all of you apologists for his behavior, be you from the League of Reason or just a fanboy of his. Blow me. Peace out, ladies and gentlemen.